I'm trying to figure out where my tripod is for this video, and I don't know where it is. I blocked off this time in my schedule to shoot a YouTube video, but I can't do that because I'm looking for my tripod. And this is actually really fitting because as a career professional with a full-time day job and an entrepreneur, you got to maximize your time. So this is a really good example of just when things just don't go perfect as you plan. But this is actually really fitting for the heart of this video. I know my tripod was not in my car, so we're gonna go back in to the crib and see where I lost it. I promise you, I'm gonna get to this YouTube video, and it may or may not be good, but I'm gonna find a tripod. So before I start looking for this tripod, I'm about to put some lotion on my face. So just as a side note, me and my wife went on vacation last week. We went to Mexico. I totally did not put on any sunscreen, and my skin is peeling. So black people, we need sunscreen. Where's sunscreen? I learned my lesson. I maybe learned my lesson. We're set up here, had to deviate just a little bit. I don't have the tripod, but you guys get to see my office from a different angle. At the heart of this video, I wanna talk about how do we navigate our careers and venturing as an entrepreneur. Whether we have a side business, we're trying to go into entrepreneurship full-time with multiple businesses, or if we're an investor, or if we're a creative, how do you navigate your career and entrepreneurship? That's what I wanna talk about.
I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content. He calling me blessed, running up checks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail, I run at my pace, they loving the sprint.
So first, I want to talk about the why. Like, why become an entrepreneur if you already have a full-time career? So the best way I can kind of tell this story is my own story. So when I think about, for me, I'm a career development professional by trade. My background has been in higher education. I've worked a number of different jobs. I've changed careers in higher education. When I first graduated, I was a sports performance coach. I went into strength and conditioning as an industry, and I was an assistant strength coach for a little while. I went up to become a director of strength and conditioning at a small Division III school. And then I made this career pivot. I pivoted primarily because I needed a better quality of life. My wife and I, we were about to give birth to our first child. And so I realized that if I want to have a sustainable family, spend time with them, an income that's, just sustainable for us, I need to think about a career change. So that's why I changed from sports performance to this world of student development, student academic advising, student success. Fast forward, I spent about 10 years working in higher education and in this nonprofit public service sector, going from being an academic advisor for student athletes, going to being a career advisor for the general student population. Then I transitioned into employer development because I had this career advising experience, but now I wanted to work with the companies that are trying to recruit students, right? So I wanted that experience. Then I transitioned out of higher education into state government, where I was managing a program for veterans, helping veterans to transition from the military into the world of work, right? So I got a lot of experience in this world of career development, career coaching, just working my day job, right? About 3 years ago, I started a company, Lenore Coaching LLC, for 2 reasons. So I'm now getting to the why. 2 reasons. I saw this ceiling. So I just told you a little bit about some of the jobs that I've had in this career development space, but I saw this glass ceiling, right? I realized that I'm running into competing with so many people that have similar skills as me, but working in the same type of company, working in higher ed, working in the same industry. I realized I was competing for the same jobs, right? So I was becoming, my skill set was really it was very common. It wasn't anything unique, right? So if I wanted to progress, I needed to either get a doctoral degree and become more of an administrator. And after exploring that route, I actually got accepted to a doctoral program when I was working in higher education. I was like, this ain't for me. I don't want to do that. So the point I'm making about why I got into entrepreneurship and started Lenore Coaching was because I saw that professional ceiling. There weren't opportunities that I wanted. There were opportunities, but they didn't align with what I wanted. I wanted to do something more. I want to have more variety, if that makes sense. The other thing is there was a ceiling financially, right? In terms of my skill, I could not be compensated in a way that was, sustainable for just lifestyle, right? I'm not out here trying to get rich. Well, I mean, I want to get rich. I'm not gonna front. I'm processing that out loud. I do want to get rich. All right, maybe more clarity on that later. But there was a ceiling financially. Like, I realized that there's so many people with my skill set and we're competing for the same jobs that it makes it more of a benefit to the organizations that we're trying to go for. Like, they don't have to give us premium value for our skill set because a lot of people have those similar skills, right? So I realized entrepreneurship is a way that I can get outside of the matrix, if you will, get outside of the traditional route of a day job and be compensated in a way where I can partner with companies or make my money from a business to client standpoint. So those are the two reasons why I started this road of entrepreneurship. Now, here is what I've struggled with, and I'm kind of wrestling between what really continues to motivate me as a professional and an entrepreneurship, as an entrepreneur, I should say. I've struggled with thinking that my day job, my career competes with my side hustle, with me being an entrepreneur. About 2 years ago, before I worked for the current company that I work for, I was approached by my company, by somebody from my current company, and essentially they were trying to fill these sort of career coach positions. And I guess I felt good that somebody reached out to me, but on the flip side, I immediately was like, nah, man, I don't want this job. I actually want to sell my services to you. I want to consult and see if there's a way that I can partner with you all to provide services. So needless to say, the person I was talking to, they were impressed with my skills, but I didn't walk away with a job or walk away with any, Lenore coaching contracts. So my mindset about 2 years ago, probably up to later last year, was that it's either full-time entrepreneur or bust, right? Full-time, I need to get here by X amount of time, or everything else is just a fail. I've realized that my day job does not have to compete with my entrepreneur ventures. I've learned to embrace it because, one, I have a family. So I'm learning how to do business development now and try to scale, and I'm learning how to invest in myself and my business in order to grow it. But it's taking time, right? It's taking time to do that. Because of capital, because of my lack of knowledge, is two primary reasons. But I've embraced that it's okay, Quantrell, to not hit home runs and not be where you want to be immediately, right? So that's what I've struggled with as an entrepreneur. In fact, there's one book that really helped me. I'm gonna show you this book. I like this book a lot. It's by Jon Acuff, and I got lots of sticky notes here. I was ripping this book apart. It's called Quitter, Closing the Gap Between Your Day Job and Your Dream Job. For all of my professionals that are trying to be budding entrepreneurs, I think that is a good read for you all. But essentially, one takeaway from that book is Jon Acuff talks about to be dangerous. My day job provides the stability that my wife and my kids need. Like, I know I have a paycheck coming every 2 weeks. I know I have paid time off. I know I have retirement. I have insurance coverage for myself, my wife, my kids. Like, I can be dangerous, right? Because I have the security. And I know that in the pandemic, we've got a lot of this sort of hustle culture mentality preached to us. But there's a level of privilege for the folks that can just jump shift into full-time entrepreneurship. I don't have that level of privilege with my life. If I were to, just go all in with this job, I would have to at least emotionally abandon my family. Like, I would be grinding, right? And that's not sustainable. That's why I changed out of sports performance as a career, because the lack of availability. So the point I'm making here is, as an entrepreneur with a full-time job, you can be dangerous. Like, your job provides stability so that you can invest into your business, whether it be time, whether it be, you being creative with how you use your skills, your products or service. Like, you can be dangerous, right? And I know that's a vague concept, but it freed me up. It freed me up from the expectation of, like, man, you need to be successful and full-time by the end of the year or it's a failure, right? So, that's one of the challenges that I faced as a career professional and an entrepreneur. All right, so I know that was a lot. It wasn't as succinct as I would have liked, but I hope this was helpful for my folks that are trying to navigate being a professional and an entrepreneur, or folks that are just considering going into it. My bias says go for it, become an entrepreneur, right? But I also want to free some folks up that are trying to figure out what that looks like, right? If you need help, if you feel stuck in your career, stuck in your dreams, stuck in your callings, let's connect. I got a bunch of resources for us. You can visit our website at lenorcoaching.com. Also have some resources in the bottom of this YouTube video, so check out the description. Got a lot of stuff for you there. Also, connect with us. You can shoot us an email at info@lenorcoaching.com. Also, we're on social media. Hit us up on TikTok, Instagram, and I'm on LinkedIn. Y'all be blessed out here, man. Live out your dreams, callings, and careers. Take care.
I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content. He calling me blessed, running up checks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail. I run at my pace, they loving the sprint.